What about the possibility of experimental therapeutic treatments? We've seen the tragedy of what happened in Arizona, where people were taking Chlorasine and the wrong type of Chlorasine after having watched the president, according to our own reporting with the family of a man who died. There's talk now of, in fact, from Cuba, we're hearing that they think they have a wonder drug. It's some new form of drug that they've developed that was used against dung fever. We've known in the past that Cuba does have a very robust pharmaceutical manufacturing and research component, but under President Obama, some cancer drug was licensed for use here by the FDA. This is an interferon recombinant alpha B, something jointly developed with scientists from Cuba and China. Is that something that sanctions should be lifted so that the FDA could at least examine the possibility here, as it was during the previous administration?
Well, this is a global challenge. This is a threat to humankind. We all should be working together to figure out what treatments work, eventually what vaccines work. So I don't think there should be any barriers to the flow of information and good science. But good science is really critical. There are a million theories why different things might work or might not work. Prompt, efficient, but high-quality clinical trials answer the question of whether they do work. And then you've got to be able to scale up the things that do work. I'm concerned by just assumptions that something might work. We could spend an awful lot of money, an awful lot of time, maybe make people worse, not really know what's going on without good clinical studies. I know I'm sure, the message that Dr. Fauci is sending, the president and others, that the FDA commissioner is sending, because we need science on our side. We don't want to push science to the side in kind of a mad rush for hope.
Which is why we should be listening to the scientists and not listening to the politicians.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.